Hey guys, here we will build a simple game. Excited? So let's begin. So we have a problem statement. Just have a glance at it. I know it's quite big. So I have cut it short in the next slide, but make sure that you read it before. So here I have divided into tasks and example. We have two tasks in short, and say the secret number is 4, and the user starts inputting. The user starts guessing. Now when the user inputs 1, it should say it's less than the secret number, and when he inputs 5 or 6, it should say it's greater than the secret number. Now this completes the task 1. Now the second task is to print the number of attempts taken by the user. So I have given an example here. If there are any repetitions like here 1s and 2s, any consecutive repetitions, then we should not include that as 2 counts. That is, this both in total is 1 count, and this is the next count. So let's start coding. I am using a normal text editor and have named my file as task1. So now let me say the number is A, the secret number is A, and I have assigned it as 100. Now I need a count variable also, so I assign count to 0 initially. I need a list to check the consecutive elements. Now a while condition, and here before declaring the while condition I want a temp variable to hold the input number also. So as long as temp is not equal to A, the loop iterates. When it becomes equal, it should stop. That's where the user had guessed the secret number, right? So now I'm declaring a for loop here, as you can see. For I in range set 20, and B is the variable which takes input, and the input is of integer form. So now I need to append the list with the input number. Okay, now let's go for task 1, where we need to check if B is greater than A or B is less than A. So first case, when if B is greater than A, it need to print number is too large. I'm using an elif, in short for else if. Elif B is less than A, it should obviously print number is too small. Okay, now the final case, when the input becomes equal to the secret number, that time it should say it's a great guess. And we need to break the loop, right? We need to go out of the loop, so we use a break statement. Now for our task 2, we need to increment the count variable every time, right? So we need to write count equals count plus 1. Now I need to write a next statement to check if there are consecutive repetitions. For that, when count is greater than 1 and temp is equal to the before number, that is L of I minus 1, right? That time it need not increment the, one second, there is some indentation problem here. Be careful with indentation in Python especially. So count equals count minus 1. Okay, now I need this temp variable to check L of I, right? So let me declare temp equals L of I. We're done with writing the code. Now let's see if everything, no, we're not done yet. We need to print the count here. So let me say number of trails used are, and that's the count variable. Okay, yes, now we are done. Now let's see the execution part. I have saved my file in a separate directory. I named it as Intellify, and this is the way we need to execute. So this is my file name and it's with the .py extension. It's better if you use this Python 3 instead of Python, because when we're using Python 3. So now let me input 5 and it says it's too small. Let me go for 50. It says it's still small. So let me give some random inputs to just check how our code works. So now I go to 1 or 2 and then it says wrong. I believe it's 1 or 2. So let me get 100. Yeah. Yes. So we can clearly see that it's more than 8, right? The inputs are more than 8, but it is showing 8 because there are consecutive repetitions. Like here these two are repeated and here these two are repeated. Yeah, so it's repeated thrice and it's repeated twice here. So now let's see the code much clearer way. So now when I is 1, the list of I will append this input. This is 1, right? So now the count will increment to 1 because it has taken one input, so the count has to give its one input. Now when I becomes 1, the list will store 1 and count doesn't increment because this is a consecutive repetition. In the same case for when you input 2. Now for the rest of the things it's normal. Till here it was not incrementing properly. It's just 1 and 2 after 4 inputs. Now for the 5th input onwards, since there is no consecutive repetition, the count will increment 3 into 6. And we have assumed that in the 6th trial the user will input the secret number. Okay, in this case it's 4. Now, so where do we use lists in general? List is a very useful data structure. It's basically used to store data. So anywhere we go, we need some data to cook something, or data for the number of clothes we bought, or some groceries. Data is everywhere, right? So lists are a good alternative. Thank you.